Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Eddie Jackson picks it. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
2nd and 5 now. Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Off the option, here's Edwards. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Throwing again on second down. Fields.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. 2nd down and 5. To the air again, Fields.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off play action, Fields. Airing one out for Crowder. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with the defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Now Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And the offense for the Ravens returns to the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action now. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll run on first down. Adkins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Jackson now.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Right back to him on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And we're going to have a break in the action. As you can see, Mark Andrews is yet to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, pass, pass. Finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. First throw now for the backup Trubisky.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Atkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, it's Atkins. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Play action. It's Jackson. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd down. Here's an option right. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
And Jackson going to run again.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Play action. Now Jackson. That is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down now, it's Atkins. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And that is incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and
maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Patrick Queen gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. On 1st down, Adkins. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
To throw is Jackson.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery.
Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And Jackson throwing once more. He finds Bateman over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From just shy of midfield, Jackson got a man. It's Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Now Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. 7 yards, the pickup there. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there and couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Baker Mayfield, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they trail the visiting Colts as that one's gone to the intermission. Michael Pittman, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Kyle Allen, 2 touchdown passes thus far. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, They've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll run on first down. It's Patterson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Slide. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Odafe Owe in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is brought in at the 21. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They go play action with Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On first down, Tucker. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Tucker. That is caught inside the 5. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Tucker.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Allen. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Fields on first down. This one caught by Crowder. 7 yards the pickup there. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On first down, it's Allen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 38, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 25. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Play action. It's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now it's Fields. On the move to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Atkins. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on 3rd down. Tucker, pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The Ravens send their punter out now. In punt formation, but as we've seen, that's no guarantee he'll punt the football. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Rolling to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Following the fumble recovery, Tucker. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Tucker. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. action. Tucker. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dorrance Armstrong. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now Fields. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Come on, boy. Come on. Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Here's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Patrick Queen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
back to throw. Fields. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Bears on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On first down, Fields. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Trubisky. He's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's Allen. Oh, some strong running. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well, and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have 2 guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Fields throw taken in there by Crowder.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Santos now to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here comes the Bears defense now back out onto the field. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. They'll look to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Back to throw. And he's going to let it go deep.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the fourth quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get it done.
They put up a barrage of points, and reeling them in and running them down and winning it. Wouldn't you love to be in their locker room right now? Think about the energy that's radiating out of there right now. They're talking about belief, sticking together, and finding a way to win.
So for Chicago, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Ravens,
they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.